These ladies have formed a business called Standout Advocates. They are, and go ahead, Traven, if you can let them in. They are amazing moms, but they figured out, both of them in different pockets. There they are. Although your name says something entirely different, Marlene. It's I don't know why, but so we have joining us Melissa Schaumberg Lander and Marlene Luke.
Unless you, matter of fact, we have Jasmine Haro instead because Marlene is on a home assessment call.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, why does Marlene's thing say she's Jasmine Haro? I wasn't even looking at your face. I was like, why does the name say something different? Jasmine, welcome. Thrilled to have you here.
Hi, thank you for having us. So
ladies, tell us a little bit about what Standout Advocates is and what you do, because I think you guys are amazing.
Thank you. So Jasmine is our head of care coordination. Every one of our clients gets assigned a coordinator, and Jasmine looks after all their needs, whether it's ABA, respite, needing to find the right care. She's actually was a former respite provider of a very good friend of ours, but who was also our IEP advocate, Victoria. So, wow. So for many years. So we're really lucky to have her, and she's fantastic. And then what we do is we go through all the state-run services and all of the other support that a family needs. And we kind of have this kind of special ops kind of way of coming in and figuring out what the family needs, what are the resources that are available to them, what does the state allow their resources to offer. We know that in California we have very good resources as far as that goes. And then getting them to the right experts if they need diagnoses, if they need new types of therapies or new ways of doing things, different ways to change the trajectory of a child's life. And then when we're moving towards adulthood, you know, vocational training, how are you going to best prepare that person for that life ahead where intellectually they may be able to cope, but may not be able to socially or executive functioning or with their gross motor skills or, you know, as we've talked about. So, so we try to look after them in their longevity. I have a 13-year-old with autism who was diagnosed at age 3. Marlene Lueck, my business partner who's on a call, she also has a special needs son. And Jasmine here has worked with us since the very beginning, and we kind of look after all the daily needs as well as trying to help ensure that we can get other places to provide some of the income to pay for these things, because families spend about $1 million who have special needs families over and above what other families do. So it's a very taxing.
It's expensive. And so to be clear, you know, whenever you join this community, at whatever point you're joining this community, I think most parents at some point feel like, gosh, I feel like there's a bunch of people who know a bunch of things that I don't know, and you're having to run to catch up. And, you know, for some people, they devote the next 10 years of their life to be researching and finding things out, still to find out that there were things that they never found out about.
Well, look at you, you're a perfect example of somebody who did not know what they could have gotten during that time, and it could have touched a lot of people's lives.
And I was asking people on a regular basis, because early on when my son was diagnosed, we were up a tree financially. I mean, we were, you know, about to be homeless and up a tree financially. And I was finding it very difficult we were a 2-income family, and I was finding it difficult to be able to work enough and be able to get my son's services and research what he needed. And I was asking people constantly, you know, like, what do I need to do? Which line do I need to stand in? What's the short track? But you know, and then I ended up hosting 2 separate shows where I was interviewing people, asking people. And it wasn't until I was interviewing Melissa and I found out that there was, here in California, there was money that I could have accessed where I would have been paid every month for taking care of my child, which would have made the difference financially. I'm just gonna be honest, we're still a little bit messed up from having to pay for what happened then. And I would have been able to tell more people about it, which who knows what that would have helped. but I didn't. And I was looking and asking and turning over rocks to see information. So no one can know everything. No one can find everything out. And can I also say I made myself sick in the process of trying to advocate for my child because I didn't know what I didn't know, and it ate my stomach lining. But if you want to, the truth of the matter is that you can set all of that aside. And right now we're just talking about Southern California, although I think that at some point we have to have standout advocates everywhere. But in Southern California, if you're in Southern right, everywhere. In Southern California, if you want to say, I don't want to do this anymore, you can, for a very reasonable fee, hire standout advocates, and it's really kind of like a drop-down menu, right? Where they can go, this is what I need help with, but you'll also tell them what they have missing on their list.
We prefer more the let us tell you what you don't know about, and we're gonna kind of fill in the blanks for you, because most people, and I think I'm gonna let Jasmine speak to it also, but most people come for one reason, but usually that's not the main reason they need to be with us. They needed more help than they knew they needed. They only could see one thing. Jasmine?
Right. I have a lot of families when I start talking to them, and we start talking about what services they currently have and the behaviors of their child. It becomes clear that they need more than they realize. And that's where we come in. We're there to really make sure that each child has what they need so they have a successful future.
And people can look at your website. It's standoutadvocates.com, correct?
We have a new one now. We've moved our offices to Calabasas Wellness Center that's run by Dr. Tanya Altman, who is really the forefront of COVID-19, which she's going to be on CNN tonight, which will be really interesting. But we've moved over to their practice in Calabasas. So we will also be able, there are also a lot of specialists there if people want them, which will be great for us to be able to have access to experts right next to us. But they have all sorts of therapies and nutritionists and doctor, etc. But what it allows us to do is to be able to access a lot of experts all in the same place, because we're not experts, we're parent advocates. Our job is to know what everybody doesn't know and to ask the right people the right questions to get the information. So to be able to have access to that is going to be great. So we've launched a new website that's going to go along with Calabasas Wellness Center. But we really try to reinforce the fact that nobody has to hire us. The information out there is free. What's more important is that people get access to it and know where to go to find the information they need to make decisions. And so people are always welcome to give us a call. We will always give you more information that probably you knew that you needed. You may leave feeling slightly confused and overwhelmed, but the idea is to then take that on with the family and go and fight that fight with them, alongside them. And we're doing it mostly viral now that there's been state mandates that say that they have to intercede with video and by phone. So everything is moving along again. And actually, we found it actually to be a little liberating for the system. So, what we'll do is we bring people in and we discuss what it is they're there for. Most people come by referral, a personal referral. And then we tell them, hey, but did you know about this? And did you know about this? Because that's the thing that we all need to know, is we all think we know what we want the answer to, but we don't even know the question yet. Yeah. You're not even anticipating what's coming down the line for you. So for us, having already lived it and done it, to be able to say, I know what that feels like, it's a tremendous weight to bear. If you give us some time, we're going to be with you. Someday you're not going to need us as much as you feel like you need us right now. And because we're going to teach you what you need to know so that you can do this on your own. It's about empowering that family so that now they can turn around and empower other people. And if we can give you help without you hiring us, all the better. That's amazing. Not everybody can. And we're glad when people can do it on their own. And that's a great thing to put out into the world. So people call us, we give them the information they need. What's sad is when they call us from other states and, we have to tell them you're going to have to look at medwaiver.org. Your state waivers are very different. We had a long call with somebody in Colorado. Same system. So
this is why I feel that you need to be everywhere. I don't know how that works. Logistically, I don't know, but I will tell you, for folks who are in Southern California, it's the difference of, you need help and resources for your kiddo, your teen, or your adult right now. And so the question is, do you want to walk along the sidewalk and see if you can find out the
That's important,
information?
regardless of income, because most people out there,
Oh,
either their
yeah.
child's not eligible or that their income is too high and somebody has told them, no, you can't get this service because of your income, and didn't tell them the kind of
Oh, yeah. No, this was me. I mean, we were literally about to be homeless, and I was told that we couldn't even get food stamps, and let alone anything else, that there was no funding for my son. And all of that was untrue. All of it was untrue. And we struggled for years and didn't know. So the question is, do you want to walk along the sidewalk and try to pick up information as you go? Or do you want to get on the information highway and be going 90 miles an hour? And these ladies can take you 90 miles an hour. So that's what they do.
Because we're parents who taught ourselves.
Yeah.
And now we advocate the same way. We're not attorneys. We just know the system, because we survived it just like you did. But what I see now, most importantly, is what comes next.
Yeah. Okay. So having said all that, and we're almost out of time, but there's a very weird set of circumstances right now. And as you said, in some ways, this can be taken advantage of, because you can do meetings from home. You don't have to get a babysitter, so on and so forth. But what kinds of trends are you guys seeing? Because I know a lot of families who are like, well, everything's shut down. We can't get any help, support, or resources right now. But that's not what you're finding, correct?
Well, yes and no, depending on which system we're talking about. And then also the state of California has released their budget for next year, which will also probably be even more. So I think that and COVID together is going to have a lot. Jasmine, on your side with clients, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing a lot of clients call me asking about caregivers not coming, their ABA services, OT, speech, things like that, where they usually would have a therapist come to their home. I'm noticing that a lot of that has kind of been put on pause right now. That's what I'm noticing so far, is those type of therapy services where a therapist needs to come to the home is just not going as smoothly as we would like it to.
Interesting.
I hear a lot of, so the state is starting to work. It doesn't filter down as well as it should, but the state is actively moving.
Oh, yeah.
What I realized was that our clients didn't really miss a beat, because they have been home to start with. So, but I know that today, I think it is, that SpaceX and Tesla is doing a seminar with STEM 3 schools. People are thinking for the future of what's coming next. It's going to be a more hybrid environment, at least that's the understanding I'm getting. I personally believe, and this is a fully my person belief, that every child should be individually educated. I just think that makes sense. My son has an IEP, which he can't really get access to right now, but he has one because he has individual needs, but so do my other kids. They have individual needs too. Everyone should have it. Do we all need to be in this system that doesn't really work, where my son's being bused 90 minutes from home to get access to care so why is it that our office, for example, will be driving downtown to go to appeals and state hearings with a family and the social worker and the appeals and hearing specialist in a room to be on a call up to Sacramento? Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's a lot of money that goes out for all of these things. And that's what it seems like the budget's saying too, is they are saying they're taking around 30 million out of the regional center budget for staffing mostly, and moving it towards the state services like in-home supportive services, which allows family members to be those caregivers that we need.
We'll take that then.
Well, we have problems that are coming for all of us. So there's the fact that there are going to be people who are sick and need care. Why wouldn't we want their family members caring for them? Not only that, we've also got an unemployment problem. Well, that actually fix that problem as well. Because we can, and these are the areas where there isn't a lot of job offer available.
Opportunities, yeah.
And we have an entire workforce that we pay our California taxes for, and we're not exactly incentivizing a workforce to be actively trying to recruit through these avenues where you're paying state taxes. Why not get your production from there, like Auticon does for database entry, things like that? All of a sudden, you know, I won't out my son, but you know, the ability for him to now navigate a profession, now that things are being looked at more remotely and will clearly have to be, him not really wanting Taco Tuesday and Funny Sock Friday won't really be that much of an issue when he's
Right.
working remotely, and nor will it be for somebody who's nonverbal or isn't able to use the toilet on their own. They still
Right.
have an absolute purpose in this world, and we're paying our taxes for them. Let's start investing in that. Let's start investing in those people, because when we do the right thing by them, they change the world. They change everything about the world we live in. So let's learn from them in this, because I found that our kids are handling it a lot better than the typical ones. There's nothing wrong with us finding a bridge towards them. And I think that this, at least in my mind, feels good in that people are starting to listen to that. And before, I couldn't really get anyone to hear how important it would be, because everybody wanted out in the community. And now they're having to see that there are some people who just won't be. And if they won't be, then what are we going to do? And can we afford to just stick them somewhere? That's not really a good trajectory for our world. And we can't necessarily have a global economy if our recession hits the way it plans to. Let's start looking at what we have naturally, and we have a workforce ready to work, and they want to.
I could listen to you all day. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but you are an amazing person. I would say to you, I want you to run for office, but I think it would be a waste of your talent. But I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing.
We are doing the COVID conference with Dr. Tanya Altman and some of our experts. We are going to do one for everybody, not just special needs, but we're going to focus on special needs to start to let people discuss things like kids not being able to wear masks who have special needs, or there's a lot of things to talk about. And so to start to allow people to start to find a place to talk about on Mamapedia.
Where can we find out more information about what you're doing and when that might be?
Well, we're going to put it on our website, and also Calabasas Wellness, I'm sure will too, and we'll put it on all the groups and things like that.
Okay.
We'll probably be doing it in the next week or so. There's a lot of things that have changed recently, and so we want to make sure we've got the right experts to talk about it. We're really a small piece of that, but we do rely on our experts to tell us what we need to know about moving forward. So we rely on them. So we want to give our special needs community access to those people too.
Okay, so standoutadvocates.com.
As soon as we've got a conference going, we'll let you guys know.
Okay.
We've had
Standoutadvocates.com, and you guys also have a Facebook page, yes?
Facebook page, and we're on a group called Mamapedia, which is a group of expert parents, which is where all the kind of Calabasas, there's a lot of experts all working from the same office spaces. So we're all working together to try and help guide people the next steps while we're all at home.
And Calabasas Wellness is that place that you were talking about that's got all where you guys have moved to, and it's got all the experts. Calabasas
quarantine, we will be in Calabasas, right across from the Leonis.
Okay. Wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much. And Jasmine, so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having
us. We'll see you soon.
Everyone,
love you guys. All right.
Bye.
Have a good weekend, you guys.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.